Okay, so we have our two div tags and the same class being applied. In fact, if we look at our code, we can actually see, here's the first div tag with class equals left, and then there's the closed div tag, and then here's the second div tag with class equals left again. This, by the way, down here, H1 NBSP, this just basically means space. I probably hit the return key. That is unnecessary, so I'll just delete it and come back to design mode. And also to preview your style sheet, there's your .left class, right? There's your class selector for left, and here's your tag selector for H1 and your tag selector for body. So I wanted to modify that class left. If I go to my rules, by the way, sometimes this kind of looks a little funky, like you might be looking at it in current mode, so if that happens to you, you can switch between current and all, and if you look inside your style sheet, you can double click on any of the rules and then you can edit. So now I'm editing the .left style. So if I go to box, I can see that it's 40%. Now since this has already been added to my page, anything I do in here I'll be able to preview. So for instance, I'll give it just maybe 5 pixels of padding and hit apply, and you should see padding is the space inside the div tag. So basically the words just got a little bit of space between the margin of the div tag and the inside space. In fact, I might even give it just a little bit more. Maybe we'll give it 10 pixels all the way around. And then I'll do the same for margins. I'll give it maybe 5 pixels and see what's happening here. Now it's giving me some margin space between those tags. So I'll click OK. I'm also going to just take a look at this headline, and what's happening here is the H1 tag actually puts that space in. So if I wanted to get rid of this top space, I might have to do a little bit of trickery on that H1 tag. It's nothing that I'm going to deal with right now, but there's some CSS that we could do to get rid of that space later. The last thing I'm going to show you is what if you just want to make a change to one word. So in other words, instead of making a change to all the H1s everywhere, maybe you want to just take one word, like this last word, and modify it. So the way to do that is to make a class that you would change just on that one word. So I'll make a new CSS rule as a class. I'm going to just call this highlight. Make sure it's saving in CSS, in my styles CSS page. And I'll just do something kind of different to it, just so you can see something happening. Okay, I made the .highlight class, but I don't see anything on my page because I have to apply the class to my page. In other words, nothing's happening around this word. But in my styles, I have this .highlight class. So on my page, I could take this word and select it, and then where it says class, I could actually tell it use the class called highlight. And now that I've applied the highlight class, I should see that happening. In fact, I'm going to tweak it because it's pretty hideous. Let's do something like this instead. Okay, and then save all, and let's give it a preview. Okay, that's kind of ugly, but you get the idea. This is essentially what I want you to be able to do for the next time I see you, and just knowing this much will probably put you in good shape to making your promotional page.